Hi everybody, welcome into RamblinWreck.com. I'm Kyle Tate, and once again, as usual, we're joined by head coach Tonya Johnson. Coach Johnson, big wins this past weekend. You go 2-1, and the big win against UGA, of course, that's the one that everybody's excited about. Talk about that win for you.
What a great win for our team and for Georgia Tech. It was a battle. We knew it would be a battle going in, especially playing on their home court. I thought our kids executed very well at the end to pull the match out. I think when you play an in-state rivalry like that, every time you play them, it's going to be a battle, and we expected nothing less.
Now, last week you and I talked about your team finishing sets. You know, you get up big, and they just couldn't seem to finish. They got a little complacent there with their leads. Last week, though, they did a pretty good job of finishing.
I thought we did a great job of finishing, especially on Saturday night versus Georgia. I just thought we worked on a lot of things last week to make us better. We put them in more competitive situations in the gym, and we just made sure that we tried to finish the play strong. You know, the longer play goes on, the better you should get if you're a good team, and I thought that held true for our team on Saturday night.
Now, sometimes the best way to get better is to play teams that are better than you, and you played a very tough team in number 9 Washington on Saturday as well. Talk about that and what you saw in that match that you feel you can take into practice and help your team get better.
Well, you know, when you're going up against a big physical team out of the Pac-10 like Washington, you know, there are a lot of things that go into play. You know, they're very solid. They're a legitimate top 10 team, and they do some things really, really well. I think the one thing that we could take from that match was just their efficiency offensively in regards to how well they kept the ball in play, even in bad situations. And that's what we've been working on this week. It's just trying to create some offense and keep the ball in play offensively, even in the wrong situations.
So let's talk about this week now. You've got the Clemson Classic coming up, a tough matchup against Clemson tomorrow night, Friday night at 7 p.m. Clemson was a big team for you guys last year. You beat them twice, both in 5 sets, and the second time you beat them, it pretty much secured your spot in the NCAA tournament. So you've got some history with Clemson.
You know, Clemson's a really, really good team. They're a physical team, and more importantly, they're very, very dynamic and athletic this year. And so it's going to be another tough match. And again, it's a match that's on the road, and so you know, they're doing some really good things right now and playing really well. You know, they have some really young middles who are very, very talented. They have a freshman and Simmons who has done a great job stepping in as a freshman. And I just think they have some really, really good pieces in place. And I think it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a great test for us to see how we come out to open up ACC play.
It's also the kind of the start to the ACC season as well. Do you sort of divide those in half in your mind? You've got the preseason tournaments, and then, you know, once you get in the ACC slate, it's time for business, or, you know, how do you look at that?
Yeah, that's kind of been our slogan this year, is to try to divide the season up into 3 parts. So your preseason tournaments, your ACC schedule, and then postseason play. We're getting a little jump start here on our conference play, but, you know, what a great opportunity for us in regards to how we open up ACC play this year.
And then on Saturday, you've got 2 matches, a 10 a.m. match against Florida A&M, and then a 4 p.m. match against Georgia State, 2 teams that Georgia Tech has dominated over the years.
Still, they're very solid teams. Florida A&M, a lot of international players who understand the game and understand how to play the game, and a little bit more mature for their ages. And then you've got a really scrappy Georgia State team who took Georgia to 5 the other night. And so, again, not an easy task for us this weekend with the 3 opponents that we're playing, and we're going to have to come out and play some of our best volleyball this weekend.
I wanted to ask you one more question. We got a chance to sit down with Jen Percy yesterday and talk with her. Can you tell us about her contributions her freshman year?
Her play has been huge over the course of the last couple of weeks. You know, coming in and asking a freshman to step in and play and be an integral part to what you're trying to accomplish, and she has certainly done that. And she's a kid who's a great listener, who tries to apply everything that you tell her, and she just takes everything in, and she's a sponge. She wants to learn, she wants to be great, and it's just awesome when you have kids in the gym like that to train on a daily basis.
All right, Coach Tonya Johnson, as always, a pleasure.
Thank you.
That's head volleyball coach Tonya Johnson joining us here on RamblinWreck.com, preparing for the Clemson Classic this weekend. Friday night at 7 p.m. they take on the Clemson Tigers. 10 a.m. on Saturday it'll be Florida A&M, and then 4 p.m. on Saturday as well it'll be Georgia State up at Clemson, just about a 2-hour drive north on I-85. Hope you can make it out, but if not, you can follow the stats right here on RamblinWreck.com. Until next time, I'm Kyle Tate.